There's been a lot of things that Microsoft has done that Sony fans wish that Sony would do with the PlayStation 5. Now, obviously, these consoles are out. They've been out for over a year now, and fans are enjoying them. Let's just say for the most part. Like, I get it. Social media is basically the vocal minority when it comes to people complaining. And there's always going to be people that complain and that want more and that, defend and things like that, right? A good example of this is Games with Gold was announced the other day, and there was quite a lot of people that kind of face some backlash and say it's garbage. Listen, I agree. I think Games with Gold games that they give out are garbage, but I don't think that they should get rid of that unless they were doing completely free multiplayer, because one of the whole big ideas behind Game Pass Ultimate is the fact that you get Xbox Live Gold included in it, right? That's what makes it ultimate. So, if you were to take away Gold, where does that leave Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, right? Like, I know Ultimate also gets you EA Play or whatever, but I don't think that's a big enough reason to pay more per month. What I'm trying to say is this, okay? So, Xbox Game Pass is $10. And that gives you access to the Game Pass stuff, but you can't play online with it. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is $15 a month, and that gives you Gold and EA Play, right? If they just make the actual Xbox Live free, then you would be paying for still $15 for Game Pass Ultimate, but the only added bonus would be EA Play, and that was the price of EA Play to begin with, was $5 a month. So you're not really getting any extra bonus there. So, see how it's a weird kind of situation. For me personally, keep Gold. There's some people who don't care about Game Pass. They just want to play their games online, and I'm guessing there's probably still millions of people that just pay for Gold, despite the fact that I'm sure Microsoft wants, people to honestly just have Ultimate, right? I'm sure that's the end goal. Now, I want to get on to this because Sony, there's a lot of stuff coming up, and it's sort of like piecing together clues. And I saw this video or this article, and I was like, holy cow, look at them. They got it kind of rounded up everything. But it's going to be a good video. I'm sure of that. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm the Crap Gamer, and of course, this is Crap Gamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice some changes around here, but hopefully that doesn't stop you from giving us a like, and possibly maybe even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me today. It means the world to me. So, it's been a little bit crazy. A lot of PlayStation fans are upset because of the Activision Blizzard deal. And according to this, a lot of PlayStation fans think that something's up. Like, Sony's been way too quiet. PS5 owners think they're seeing signs of backwards compatibility everywhere. So ever since it was announced that it was buying Activision Blizzard in the biggest gaming deal ever, Sony fans have been desperate to see the PS5 maker respond in some way. As if the console giant had big news stored in a t-shirt canning ready to be blasted into the ravenous crowd at the drop of a hat. But the signs have certainly begun to align around some sort of announcement, seemingly around backwards compatibility. And I talked about this the other day. There's a lot of things going on that kind of lead you to believe that that's happening. PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 owners are ready to believe it's out there and happening. The speculation began earlier the month when a new patent filing by Sony about backwards compatibility and exploded over the weekend when the company's Japanese Twitter account teased the reveal of something potentially big with the simple clue 1, 2, 3. The most out there fans interpreted this to mean PS1, PS2, and PS3. Despite some gaming sites hyping up expectations, it turned out just to be the reveal of an ad featuring a pop star. Things might have cooled down after that, but then just the other day, PS4 trophies were briefly replaced with PS3 trophies, an apparent glitch in the Matrix that some interpreted as a sign of Sony's master plan for for a lot of PS3 games to be playable once again on modern consoles. Is it happening? Who knows, right? It's going to be crazy to see, but speculation about a new era of backwards compatibility on PS4 and PS5 can be traced all the way back to a Bloomberg report last month, revealing that Sony was working on overhauling its PS Now service to make it even beefier, so it's more competition for competitor Xbox Game Pass, codenamed Spartacus. The new subscription service could include multiple tiers, one of which would let users access a library of classic PS1, PS2, PS3, PSP, and PS Vita games. The sign Sony is preparing for something big have been piling up ever since. Game retailers stopped selling PlayStation Now subscription cards. PS3 games briefly appeared on sale on the PS5 store. Sony's Mark Cerny and Naughty Dog's David Simpson filed an update patent for backwards compatibility. Trophies on PS4 were temporarily disabled and PS3 trophies took their place. Man, it's crazy to see all this stuff happening. The dream of playing PlayStation 1, 2, 3 games on a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, a small selection of emulated PS2 classics are available to buy, and some PlayStation 3 games can be streamed via PS Now. Now, when Sony originally revealed the streaming service, it promised it would help fill PS4 backwards compatibility hole, but it never happened. Now, on the eve of PS5's launch, Sony announced its plans to make almost every PS4 game playable on the new hardware, but conspiracy theories still sprouted up around whether older PlayStation games would also be added to the mix because of the layout of the PowerPoint slide on which the information was announced. In the current content wars, it seems like a good bet that Sony's back catalog will end up natively playable on PlayStation 5 at some point. Whether that move is just around the corner or still a long ways off is a big question. Of course, fans are desperate for an answer right now. Hopefully, PlayStation gives it to them before too long. So again, listen, I get that it's not a huge deal for most people, right? Like, backwards compatibility. I don't, I personally don't care about PS1 and PS2 games. I would love to see PS3 games playable, but they would have to be native playable on the console. It just has to be, But Sony is firing back with more than just that. Obviously they've got studios that they're backing. One of them is Deviation Games, who are totally backed by Sony, and they're expanding with a new Canadian studio as well. Last summer it was announced that Sony was bankrolling fresh PlayStation exclusive from Deviation Games, a new studio formed by Treyarch vets, from Activision. Deviation had already over 100 employees, and it seems they're continuing to expand as they now announce they're opening the Canadian studios, and here's what they had to say about it. Deviation Games is thrilled to announce Deviation Games Canada. We've been working on this initiative for several months now and keeping it super quiet, so it's really exciting to finally share this incredible news with all of you. We hope that you join us for celebrating this amazing milestone. And it goes without saying, we are hiring. So if you're in Canada and you're interested in exploring any of the opportunities on our website, please reach out. Somewhat oddly, none of the information about Deviation Games Canada mentions a specific city, which may indicate that they're going for a hybrid approach, with some devs working from home. That said, if you had to guess, I'd say that the studio will be headquartered in Montreal or Toronto. The Canadian talent pool is deep, and there's some movement in the labor market given some disruptions at Ubisoft. So, like seemingly everyone else, it seems like Deviation is looking to snap up some free agents. As for what Deviation Games might be working on, that's still being kept under wraps. That said, with Call of Duty no longer being a long-term lock on PlayStation following Microsoft's acquisition of Activision, you can bet Sony is going to be investing heavily in whatever Deviation is making. So yeah, it sounds like that, and it does sound like they're working on a couple of things. It was kind of rumored, and I did a video about it, that Deviation was actually working on a game that was going to be like an RPG, single-player, story-driven focused game. So we'll see how that works out. But I do think it's interesting that Sony has, a lot of games and things like that to announce. I really wish we were in a day and age with E3 again, right? Like, I just miss those type of announcements. And I hope we get back to that sooner rather than later. And the reason being is we just had an announcement for Crysis 4 just on a random day via Twitter. Like, how ridiculous is that? That should have been a reveal at a show. I'm sorry, but it should have been. It's just crazy to think all this stuff that's happening, but that's what I love about gaming. You never know what's going to happen next. I'm going to link all of this in the description below. You guys can check it out. Thank you so much for spending some free time with me. Please like the video if you enjoy it. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crap gamer out.